We got to bring in Yahoo Finance's
Dan,
tech editor,
yes,
Dan Howley.
Dan
Got to get
Howley.
your sentiment, Dan.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm looking at the overall reaction on social media to this earnings call. It really seems, a lot of people being facetious saying Mark Zuckerberg could not have said the word, or I guess the letters AI more than he did during that call. A lot of people calling out the fact that this was, a beat, not necessarily a big beat, but a ton of enthusiasm seemingly towards Meta, and the fact that they were able to do this after those consecutive quarters of losses, or decline in revenue. So it's not as though it's a overwhelming sense of joy. It's more along the lines of they cannot stop talking about AI. They talk about the metaverse. Some people were saying that that's more lip service than anything. But I think overall what we're seeing is a positive reaction to these earnings, and how that will then reflect on the broader tech sector. Because look, we're through Microsoft, we're through Alphabet,
Through
now we're on
Alphabet.
Meta. Amazon's coming, we got Apple coming, and there's a slew of other companies. And guess what? They're probably going to talk about AI.
Yes,
Dan, have there been any
indeed.
immediate AI, or not AI, analyst reactions that you've seen out there so far?
So far, it was really, from the call, a lot of folks praising Mark Zuckerberg, praising the performance of the company and the cost-cutting measures that they've done, those layoffs, and then cutting back on capital expenditures. But, I think that the conversation still has to, go out and talk about how they are spending a lot of money on that metaverse, and they're going to continue to do so. Year over year increase in losses for the metaverse going through 2023. So it's not as though they're lighting that money on fire, but they're cutting it in other places. That's more or less what a lot of people seem to be thinking.
Yeah, not lighting it on fire, but cutting it up and trying to tape it back together and put it to use elsewhere. That's for sure. Dan, thanks so much for hopping in on After the Call here